Yo, what's up guys? Today we're going to do subdomain enumeration. So what this is it's part of that junior pen testing path that TryHackMe has added that I'm trying to do as many of the videos as I can. I'm trying to get them all out as fast as I can so you guys can complete this too. But basically what subdomain enumeration is if you have a big like Facebook.com, right? They have a bunch of subdomains as well. They probably have hundreds if not thousands of subdomains. Now, what we're trying to do here is take what we have, the little information we have, which is basically their main domain name, and we're going to try and gather information about their subdomains so then we can try and get access to those or try and find a backdoor into those that will give us the big domain as well. All right, so here we go. This is the first question. It's asking us, subdomain enumeration is the process of finding valid subdomains, which we just covered. I'm not going to read all this to you guys, but it's telling us here in this one, there's three different types we're going to explore. Brute force, which, as you guys know, brute force from some of my other videos and pretty much anyone in security knows, that's pretty much just guessing, right? That's guessing everything. OSINT, open source intelligence, that is basically finding public information and using it to get enumeration from it. Virtual host, that one we'll show you here, but basically what they're saying with that is that one server can host multiple websites, so the subdomain could actually be on that server, and even though that server is hosting the main domain, so it's trying to find them in that virtual host. Okay, so here it's just asking us what is the subdomain enumeration. Make sure you guys can see that. Yep, that starts with a B, which is brute force. I'm not really sure why it makes us answer these type of questions at the beginning, but because you guys could just read this and answer these. And then OSINT, and then virtual host. All right, so we're already 33% of the way done. So you guys can see this is getting you good information, but it's very small segments, so you don't have to have hours and hours to do this. All right, so this one here is telling us that basically these two sites, now there's multiple sites that do this, but basically what it's telling us here, and we'll go to this, is that when you get an SSL or a TLS cert, when it's actually approved by a certificate authority, that's publicly traded information. Now the reason for this, it seems kind of counterintuitive, right? It seems like, why would you want to publicly show that you got a cert at this time or your cert expires on this date or whatever? Because that to me that would be almost a vulnerability, right? If someone knows your cert's going to expire at a certain date, they might be able to use that to their advantage or something like that. But the key is, the reason it's publicly traded is because this way, you know, if you go to a site, you can see if it's legitimately that site and if they have the actual certificate that they're saying they have, and if it's approved by an actual certificate authority, right? So if I went to a site, Facebook.com, and their certificate authority says CA.com, right? But then if I go on this site and it says it's actually approved by a different certificate authority, okay, we know there's something going on there. So here's the site, okay, and it says search for the domain tryhackme.com. All right. Okay, and we're looking for one specifically. So it tells us we need to find the one from 2020-12-26. Okay. So you can see here's all the certs, and you can see there's docs.tryhackme, store.tryhackme. So right here, blog.tryhackme, we're getting all these different all this different information just from this. We're not even really looking for anything. We just happen to find all this. So we know these exist now, these subdomains. All right, so what did we say? 2020-12-26. Well, there's two of them, but it says store.tryhackme. Okay, so let's try that. store.tryhackme.com. Boom, perfect. We got it right. So this site, there's another one listed on here too, which is just Google's. Basically, it's public information that these sites, and it shows you here, here's the cert ID, here's when it was logged, not before this date it didn't work, and not after this date didn't work. Here's the common name, matching identities, and then here's the issuer. So you can see they're using Amazon Web Service most likely, and you can see that it's a legitimate site with legitimate certificate authority. It's not something that they made up. If you ever see, you see how this says right here, this little lock icon? It's telling you that it's secure, and if you have a certificate that is not signed by a legitimate certificate authority, that will not say secure. So that's another way you can tell if a site is actually messing with you or not. All right, so now we've got search engines. So this is something I covered a little bit yesterday, but we'll do it again. So this is just using Google dorking to also find subdomains. If Firefox will open. All right. Sorry if I'm rambling, guys. I'm a little bit tired tonight. It's kind of late. All right. Okay. All right. So this one, we're just going to do search the term site, and it tells you right there how to do it. And we're going to say, boom, we want the site to be www.tryhackme.com. Okay. And then the next site we're going to do is just an asterisk, and this is a wild card is what we refer to it as. So what that means is it can be anything before tryhackme, anything before it .com. Okay, we'll hit enter. All right, so we got a bunch of them here. So it says, what is the tryhackme subdomain beginning with B? Let's expand that here. All right, it says beginning with B. So we're looking for the one that starts with a B. My guess would be it would be on the main page, but let's get rid of this that there. All right, let's see. What is the tryhackme subdomain beginning with B? All right, I'm not seeing it here, which is fine. What we'll do, make sure we got everything right. www.tryhackme.com. Yep, and then the next one is the same thing with an asterisk. All right, I'm not seeing it. Let's see if we can find it here. There's a blog.tryhackme. Let's see if there's one over here. There's a frequently asked questions. All right, let's see if it's blog. Okay, and that's the right answer. So I actually got it from the CERT website rather than here. And that's okay. You could probably keep looking here, and you probably would find it. It's probably further in the search, and I didn't want to keep searching for the sake of the video. But basically, you guys can see how these subdomains come in handy. But not all of them are going to be sitting on that CERT website, especially if they have internal. All right, so this one's kind of cool. It's brute forcing DNS enumeration. So what it is, like I said, brute force is trying every combination. You guys know that. Basically, what you're trying to do is we're going to test their DNS and just see if it responds to a bunch of different words using a word list again. Okay, so this one, it looks like, I believe they give us a kind of a automated tool here. Okay, yep. So if you guys have ever used DNS Recon, that's what apparently it's going to automate DNS Recon. Oh, okay, so it already did it. So we'll run it, and you can see there's the command they're using. DNS Recon, TAC-T, BRT, TAC-D, Acme. There's the site, Acme IT Support. Okay, so they found 2 records in their DNS. They're both A records, that's good to know. And then there's API and www. So the API is another site that we could find possible vulnerability with. Now, typically APIs are used for integration with applications on phones, things like that, different stuff. It can be anything, but all right, this is another one. I think we can close this, right? Oh, we got to go back here. All right, so this is another one here. This is using Sublister, which is an OSINT tool, and it's going to do basically kind of what we did, some of the stuff we did by itself. And what I mean by that is it's going to search publicly for information. But this is going to automate the process for us. We don't have to go through Google searches and look for ourselves. We don't have to go through. Now, again, it's important to know all these methods, not just know that you can use sublister and get it all in one go. The reason for that is because sublister is not a perfect tool. DNS brute forcing isn't perfect. None of these are perfect tools, so you need to be able to enumerate multiple different ways to make sure you get the correct method or the correct information. All right. So I don't know if you guys can't read this, but it says to speed up the process of OSINT subdomain discovery, we can automate the above method with the tools like sublister, which we just did. All right, and you can see here it's actually running a Python sublister.py, and it's got a TACD syntax and then the Acme support website. All right, and here we go. So it's searching for subdomains on Baidu, Yahoo, Google, Bing, Ask, Netcraft, Virus Total, Threat, SSL Search, Pass. Okay, it already found them. So, and there's another one we found. So it's Web55, Acme IT support.thm. Now keep in mind, if this was a real site, their main site is, or their main domain is Acme IT support.thm, right? But we also now have multiple different domains that we're finding that we can use as an attack surface. And we can just keep going through these. All right. The last one, this one's pretty cool. This one is the virtual host. So what I mean by that is basically this one is taking where the web server is, it's hosted, the main web server, and it's saying there's other web servers hosted on this same server. So we're going to try and use the DNS, the local DNS, to figure it out, because this is saying this is not the public DNS. So we're going to use this command here, the ffuf, and we're going to use TACW, which is for word list, and this already has the word list on it for us. Share word lists, seclist, discovery, DNS, and then name list. Okay, and then we're going to say TAC-H, and what this stands for is the host. Okay, so, or the header, excuse me. So what that means is we're going to actually edit the header, and I'll show you that here. So we're going to say fuzz, that's the keyword, Acme IT support.thm. So that fuzz, where that fuzz is, it's actually going to input words from the word list where that fuzz is, okay? And then we're going to say TAC-U, and TAC-U is just the URL, HTTP, boom, boom, and then the machine IP, which is right there, 10.10.2.25.66. So again, what we're doing here is we're just going to basically try and brute force this DNS. We're going to take this name list.txt, and we're going to search this Acme IT support and input the words from the word list right here where it says fuzz, and then see if we get a response from the website or not. That's what we're doing. Okay, what I misspell. All right, I misspelled something. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't put host on the right here because I never specified what exactly we're doing here. There we go. All right, and you see we get a bunch of them, right? So what happens here? You can see we're getting all these different ones, and the status is 200, so that's good. But the thing is, what we're not getting is the ones. So see these little 2395? That's the size of them, of the header. We want to filter that out because that's the common size. So what we're going to do is FS. So this is specifying that we want to keep these out of the search. So 2395, that's the size. So what all this is showing you how to do a more precise, basically enumeration. So what we're going to do is we're going to click enter now, and you can see we only got 2. Now one thing you'll notice here is right here, yellow, it was already in here. We could already see it. So you theoretically could run this and save it and go through and find them yourself. But it's showing that if you're looking for a specific size, you can exclude these main sizes to find the harder ones to find. So now what was it called? Yellow and what? Yellow and delta. Okay, so they're saying delta and yellow are, so let's try it. Now this isn't part of it, you don't have to do this, but delta dot, what was it? Acme IT Acme IT support dot THM. Okay, so Acme IT support dot THM. Delta dot Acme IT support dot THM. And what did I spell? Delta dot Acme IT support dot THM. All right. And it's not a real site, but their DNS has it. So what that tells me there is what they probably did is they probably put a bunch of entries into their DNS just for this lab specifically, and most of them aren't actual sites. They probably don't go anywhere, which is fine. So the first question it's asking us, was the first subdomain discovered? The first one would be delta. And what's the second? And it looks like it's yellow. Boom. And look at that, guys. We finished the box already. Let's redeem our tickets, see if we get anything good. Throwback, I didn't have one of those. 1 month. I already have, that's my second 1 month. So we're looking good now. If we get one more, we get another 1 month free. So that's good. So guys, I recommend this junior pen testing. Again, it's a good entry-level way in, and I'm going to keep doing videos on it. I'm going to keep trying to publish them as fast as I can, so that way you guys have the information, and you guys can go ahead and go start running through these. If you guys have any questions on it or anything that I ran through too fast, you can join the Discord. It's in the description, and then you can also just leave a comment, and I'm pretty quick about seeing them. So that's it, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys like this videos. Like, subscribe if you can, and hopefully you guys learned something. Thanks.